Hello and welcome to the lair of the killer koala. I hear you want to be a squad member. You know, I was in your shoes once myself and I was a little overwhelmed by how difficult it might be to add items to the database. But let me assure you it's easy. Take a look at all these items behind me. I added them all to the database myself and I'm going to show you how to do it. So I recently purchased this pretty fabulous Bebop Funko reaction figure for a buddy of mine for Christmas. Hope he's not watching. And I want to add it to my collection on hobbyDB. Like any other good item, I'll find the UPC code on the back, open my Vision application, and scan it. But what happens when the item can't be found? Here's where our squad members come in. I've got to add this item to the database. The first thing we want to do before adding an item to the database is really double check to make sure it's not in there. Just because I scan the UPC code doesn't mean that it's not in the database without a UPC added. So let me do a search for reaction Bebop, as that should find the item if it's there. No items in the database, good indication this item does not exist and I should add. The absolute easiest way to add an item to the database is to find a similar item and clone it. We're going to do a search for other reaction turtles. There's Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo. Let's grab Michelangelo, and we will simply do new item clone. And we can rename this item from Michelangelo to Bebop. If there was some other nickname for it, we could add that as an alternative name. We make sure the brand lines up, Super 7, yes. The series lines up, reaction figures, yes. Related subjects, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Michelangelo. Nope, not Michelangelo. Let's add Bebop as a related subject. If you're not sure about related subjects, leave them blank. We can always add that information later. Better to have it missing than wrong. This is a standard released item, released in 2021, I believe. Actually, 2019 on the back, so we'll call it 2019. It is male, scale 3.75 inch, and 5 points of articulation. Does come with weapons, does come on a blister card, and we will add a UPC code, 840049802278, and we will add the item. Let's actually delete this description first because that's the Michelangelo description. Save and add photos. Now that we've got the details of the item added, we also want to add images, ideally at least two, a carded or boxed image as well as an open image. The easiest way to do that is go to the browser of your choice, do a search for that item, in this situation Bebop Reaction, ideally find the image from the source, again here Super 7, if not Amazon usually has good images as well. Just be careful not to use private images, only promo images, as we may not have permission for private images on our website. Super 7 luckily has really nice carded images, as you can see here, and open images. So we'll grab both of those. Now, Super 7 does give a lot of white space around their images, so we want to trim that image. So we go to it with any of our image editing software and just trim that off. Save it to my desktop, or downloads folder again, and do the same thing with the open image. We will trim that up. If you've got a few extra minutes, would be even better than just trimming them, would be going to a website of our choice that removes backgrounds. So let me do that. Let me go to Remove BG, a website I like to use. We will click on Upload Image. We will grab the two images we've cropped, and this removes all the white space around the image. We'll download that to our Downloads folder. We'll remove the open image as well. Download that once it does its magic. Pretty amazing stuff here. Download that image. Now we can go back to our item, browse our files, and we will add both the carded and open image. For the carded image, we'll set that as main photo. For the open image, we'll set that as show on search and save. And that's it. Even with all the steps I've added to this as far as grabbing the image, including an item, the process takes 1 to 2 minutes, and we now have the item in our database. And the best way to double check, if I go back into my scan software here and scan this item, there it is in the database, good to go. Not so hard. Hopefully you guys can help us get this all together. As you can imagine, there are thousands and thousands of items in the database, but thousands of items missing as well, and we need all the help we can, all the squad members we can to help us make sure we have every last item ever made in the database. Thanks, and we look forward to having you on our team.